We got K over on the team one, I think going first, right? Drizzo, Jason, Yer, and Technique versus my boy Kevin Ladders actually did walk in and do some big meaty damage to Esprits. Kazushi gonna be first up this time around. We got Lotto in the back as well as Were. And Flex on the Unholy DK? Okay, like the switch over. Leg sweep off of a hunt? Wait, did that hunt even connect? It did connect, but I think it was immediate leg sweep right after. Man's using the Strangulate PvP talent? Hold on. I was thinking we were going to toss Caliph. I didn't even think we were going to end up using that thing immediately. Does get himself even more stuns. Get himself an opener onto Caliph. Full mana, everything available. But unless you can catch up to Caliph and keep the pressure rolling in, it might have been a bit of a weird spot right now. Blurred down, or at least going down in just a second. So all his defenses are going to be gone. But he still has a lot of leech, a lot of potential damage. Mystic Fury unfortunately parries him, but he's going to go for Imprison. Karma to follow. Do you just back up out of there? I think he does. Just retreat. You got yourself eventual retreat very, very soon. I don't know if you can do Imprison. I think you just used Imprison just now. So for Caliph, he just does not have a lot of defenses to work with unless you can lock him down. Kazushi with a quick 1-2, 1-2 taking him out. Trying to see if he can back away from Drizzo. Is going to go for a trinket right after. Cheap shot. Meta activated. Might have to go for darkness. There goes the darkness. For Drizzo, he's got himself evasion so he can stay aggressive technically, but he's going to back up out of there seeing that darkness. So evasion is going to be gone. Shadow Blades are down. And for Kazushi, he's in a perfectly good spot right now. He tried himself a little bit of that spectral side to try to see if he could find rogues, but no eyes available on either side for the time being, unfortunately. So right now he's just in a waiting room. Eyes are up actually. If he wants to double back, that could work. He's going the long distance towards the other far side of the eyes. May need a eventual retreat in order to reach it. Try to go for eyes randomly to find it, but I think that stun lock, dude. And that stun lock is just over. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we've seen a lot of Blood Elf male rogues. Most rogues that are Blood Elves in these duels have been female models. So I'm not used to that eviscerate animation of that spin twirl that Drizzo is doing. It's actually kind of cool looking. Like, it's definitely unique, if anything. The monk, I was gonna say, oh, I was trying to see what happened to the monk for a second. Somebody DC'd and it came back. And the Flex just was able to run the rogue down. I don't really know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. But Technique is going to try to see if he can back up out of there. Fading. Try to see if he can stop any kind of CC out of Flex. He's going to go for silence with potentially damage. Does get kicked. Rift still out though. So for Technique, as long as he can get some damage out, might be okay. Reflex knows that he's got to play this super careful. So he's just going to try to see if he can slow Technique. Death back behind the pillar. He is going to have to play heavy around the slows of Chain of Ice. And all Technique can do right now is get himself a little bit of healing. Question is, does Technique run the Cleave talent? I don't think he does. But having the pet nearby, he could just blast the pet, generate a lot of resources, and get some cleave onto Flex as well. So all the DPs will partially hit Flex as well. Does get himself a Shadow Crash. Void Storm behind the pillar. Flex, he's kind of out in the open stuck. He's dropping down Dome, at least as a target to Death Strike off of. Either the pet faded or Technique canceled it to not give Flex any heal target whatsoever. And he just continues to pump damage into the pet. Does he have cleave? I almost feel like he does have cleave for Flex. I almost feel like he does have that cleave talent because Flex is a pet. I think it is kind of hurting him. Little by little, stun around the corner, Shadow Crash, and just needs himself a little bit more damage. Flex technically has a lot of damage, could potentially roll off of Silence here. Silence and potentially have himself a big go. Death Strike is going to get the army of undeads. Let the undeads do work. For Technique right now, it's a situation where he's got to find a way to live this. Touch of death onto all the pets. Trying to root them. The pets are kind of stuck. But as soon as the break out of it, you're going to be in a bad spot. Trying to fade it. Still, the pets are in play, though. Technique is taking lots of damage without Flex even being there. So he's really letting those pets do a lot of the heavy lifting. Might need to go IBF. Every defensive you got. It does end up catching it. Oh my god. That glowing shadows at the end. Does him in. That was crazy. Yer getting hit with a blind, but immediately going to go for a trinket. Flex still has one more Death Strike. Second Death Strike. AMS is up. You need another Death Strike. Disarmed. Disarmed. Trying to live? Nah, while Disarm is down, not giving him a chance to catch a heal real fast. That is so rough, man. Oh, hey. So wait, so you telling me the monk is too tall? That is the boy? He hasn't been here this entire time? I didn't realize it. You should have told me, bro. I had no idea. If you want to bring a paladin for these, man, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to play someone on a monk, you're more than welcome to as well. I'm cool with either or. That's a great freezing trap. Just letting you continue to get your heal going. We are at the 4-minute mark, 21% day for the year. Able to go with Cloak of Shadows and Evasion. Every defensive he's used right now. He's in and he's committed. It's going to be Binding Shot. Unfortunately, peels him away from Lotto for a second. Lotto using that in order to get himself a bit of damage. Flare down. Year was out of that flare, but still dotted them. But he's going to be able to get himself a Shadow Strike either way. Lotto Kidney Shot blocking him down. Secret Technique right after. Year does not have any outs. He has a blind and maybe can run out. Go behind the pillar. Potentially. That's about the most he can do right now. What is this? I was going to say, what is making that shadow? But it was literally a bird cat thing flying around from the pack leader playstyle. First aid for Lotto. Unfortunately, Yer cannot get a first aid either. He does have Cheat Death and Undead Racial and a bear. That bear hurts. That bear actually hurts, dude. That's one pet from the pack leader that actually is painful. That thing, yeah, you just can't sit behind the pillar. That thing is going to be the end of you. You have to play around Cheat Death. Try to see if he can roll in. He brings it back. He brings it back. Smoke bomb down. Does he survive? Whether he gives him an honor duel here or not is really up to him. But that was some crazy work. He decided just to commit. Bro, multiple times we've seen, I think Word knows he's there, right? He knows he's there. He's like, I know you're there. I'm letting you in recovery. I know you're there. I am aware that you're there. I know you're there, little bro. I think he's actually letting you, pretty sure he's letting you get a full reset. Warrior, if you need to know how much health he has, it's about 30% or so. So he's gonna need like a couple of the sippy cups. Couple of those. Phanonize, try to see if you can catch him. Get in the opener. Gonna be Human Racial out of Whir. Vanish, try to get himself a big burst. Ver got himself a Trinket though. Is gonna be disarm for disarm. He knows that Outlaw Rogue, as soon as he got weapons back, he's gonna do a lot of damage. He's gonna back up out of there. Hopefully put a Rupture on Whir's side to make it harder for him to catch a reset. No sap, or no Rupture, but a sap does go through. And you're actually denying the rookies go with our drone rush. Cannibalize! Oh, man. Wyvern? Yeah, the Wyvern. Yeah, the Wyvern. I didn't realize it would make like a shadow. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell is making a shadow? Dude, some of those pets with pack leader are crazy. The boar is okay. The bear is really strong. And the Wyvern is a pretty decent damage amp. They're actually all pretty good. Cheap shot, full killing spree. Taking all the bullets into his back. But however, he does get himself a cheap shot go. Cloak of Shadows for Yer with an evasion. Disarm. He's using every defensive to try to see if he can deal with Whir. Whir, unfortunately, still has access to his gun and a one-word dispatch. And it does do the damage he needs. Jason does get a proper chance to duel here. Outlaw v Outlaw. Does he get Whir a proper honor duel here? And you know what? If he wanted to, he would have rushed him. Whir, you're given an opportunity to get a proper honor duel. Jason would have rushed you if he wanted to. He would have already been on top of you with a stat, proper opener, 1-2, 1-2, one bang. He's literally letting you. He is literally letting you get an honor duel here, man. Oh, grapple it over. Picking up eyes. We're backing up out of there. Jason sees him. Jason does see him. I was gonna say, you guys probably should have had like a, hey, let's not start in stealth the duel, right? Let's just start like pistol shot from a distance, build call points, and then go from there. Vanish out from Word during that vanish. Or during that disarm. Not that bad. Jason tried to see if he can find him. Killing spree, but stuns it. Cheap shot. For Word, that's a good opener. Adrenaline versus back up. Huge hit. Jason does get himself a bit of damage. Disarm for a second. Might want to go for a blind. Word does not have a trinket. Jason also is out of a trinket. He's going to need to get himself a proper go. Cheap shot. It is very DR'd. Kidney shot also very DR'd. Neither of the rogue has any CC to lock each other down with. Vanish out for Word, however, is going to get found with a blade flurry. Does send himself the crack shot opener though, and he is able to go for pistols. I missed it. I missed the pistols, but he got himself range damage, a couple of pistols taken him out. Beautiful. Yo, Rip, by the way, Flex, I have no idea what happened there, but that was a huge claw with shadows at the tail end. That was so good. Let's get us another one going. That was a fantastic choice of arena, by the way. I felt like Toblerone was gorgeous for that.